Hey guys, I've decided to make apple pie, old English apple pie. I'm not sure how factual it is, but I found it a few months ago and my kids seem to love it and so does my husband, and they're very fussy eaters. Um, so basically what you need is 2 cups of self-raising flour, a pinch of salt, 1 cup of brown sugar, 125 grams of butter, and 3 to 4 tablespoons of cold water. And that's for the pastry. For the actual filling, you need 750 grams of cooking apples, which over here in Australia we tend to use Granny Smith apples. They're the best for cooking with. 4 tablespoons of sultanas or raisins. I leave that out only because my kids don't actually eat it. My husband would love to have it in there, but they don't eat it. So 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a bit of lemon juice just to stop the apples from going brown. Now, I haven't done any of this prepared yet, but that's okay. I'm going to do it for you guys. I thought I'd do something a bit different. It's basically to say that, this is country life for us. I make a lot of my food from scratch, as you guys probably already know. I suffer from a lot of problems with eating normal food, so I find that if I make my own up, I can cope with a lot more food. It sounds funny, but yeah, it kind of makes it hard to eat a lot of stuff because I can't have a lot of processed, which is probably a good thing because I'm not eating so much junk. But yeah, I make a lot of stuff up myself. So my own milk I make up. So that's 2 cups. Pinch of salt. So I just use Saxa table salt. Just a pinch of salt in there. About that. The only thing I technically measure, I normally cut stuff. Most of it's a guessing game, even for myself. Always works out, so I don't really have an issue with anything. This is baked in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick you make it. I mean, you can obviously adjust the recipe accordingly, so make it bigger, make it smaller. But it's baked in a 200 degree oven, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 minutes. Then you reduce it and bake for another 20 minutes. And yes, you will hear the two-way going because on the farm I've got to keep an eye out and ear out for fires, anything that goes wrong over at the farm. I need to be able to know what's going on. So you will hear the two-way apparent occasionally going on. You'll hear them talking a little bit. So 1 cup of brown sugar that was. Now I've done that stuff by heart, so I'm actually copying it from my computer. But you think I'd know by now, making so many. I probably make 1 or 2 times a week, depending how quickly it gets eaten. As I said, my kids love it, husband loves it. So yeah, it's one of those things that's always better when it's homemade. I don't know about you guys, but I love homemade stuff. And as I said, being out on the farm, it's a lot easier to get away with it. So basically you've got to put this all together. It's got to form like breadcrumbs, the breadcrumbs consistency. So yes, I'm using my hands, and yes, I wash my hands before I started to cook with them. I wouldn't be doing otherwise. But yeah, even I can eat this myself. Yes, I do have a bit of pain afterwards. It's not to the point where I won't eat it. As I said, I find it easier having stuff like this if I've made it myself, because there's no preservatives in it. My stomach can tolerate a lot more food if it's pre-done myself. Which just goes to show you how much preserved things in the shopping stuff. Like if you go shopping, there's a lot of preservatives in it to keep it on the life shelf. I get that. But when you've got a stomach like mine that won't accept a lot of food, it's makes life very difficult to eat anything. So this is just going to form breadcrumbs, which it's almost at the consistency of, and then we add some cold water to it just to mix it all through together. And this gets chilled for about 20 minutes in the fridge, because obviously it's got butter in it, which forms the pastry, so that's got to set again. And if you don't put it in the fridge and it doesn't firm up again, it's very hard to work with. I made this last week. I know, I can't remember the recipe and I still have to, even though I cook it all the time. And I didn't put the pastry, which I'm making now, into the fridge, and I started to use it and it fell apart. It needs to be refrigerated to firm, otherwise it just will not become workable. So as you can see, it's a breadcrumb consistency, which is what we want. Let's get the excess off. So if you guys want to share with me any recipes, I tend to go with very old style recipes. I know they've been tried and tested. I have an old soul, what I've of course called an old soul. Just grabbing some water. I should have been born in the Victorian era. It's kind of funny because I've seen Crystal Day a Day talk about how she's obsessed with the era. So am I. I should have been born in the era. I've also today been busy cleaning up some of my yarn. I just thought I'd do this for a bit of difference. But anyhow, I have been knitting and crocheting, watching Downton Abbey, one of my favourite period dramas. Probably for the 1000th time. I love it. I can't get enough of it. It's just, I know it's not Victorian, it's Edwardian, but I still enjoy it. So you look at the water in and mix it around until it becomes dough, which it's nearly out now. So yes, a little bit of oil grease. But as I say, as my kids tell me now, things are better when they're homemade. Even they like stuff that are homemade by Mum. We know what's in it. Yeah, I've been watching Downton Abbey quite a bit. I love it. Something nice and relaxing to crochet or knit too. I am deciding what to make next. I had a project started. I wasn't happy with it. My biggest issue with making stuff is I forgot a lot of it because I'm very OCD about making it right, and this wasn't right. So I decided to frog it and come make this pie, apple pie. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that's in the fridge. So the next step is to do the filling. As I said, green Granny Smith apples. These are about a kilo. I know it seems like a lot, but I do have 4 mouths to feed, and this pie will probably be gone in 2 days, so it's even though it's a decent amount, it's loved so much from my whole entire family that it doesn't last, which is probably a good thing. As I said, there's no preservatives in it, not much in the way of sugar. So I'm going to peel and cut a kilo of green apple. And I won't make you guys sit here and watch it because it's boring, but I'll be back in a quick minute. Okay, so then through the magic of internet and video, done. Alright, so with that, a little bit of lemon, don't want to add too much to it, just to stop it from going a bit brown, because this won't be able to be used yet. You're going to put this in the fridge as well for a little while, but mix it all through, making sure it's coated in a little bit of lemon. Then you add sugar, so 2 tablespoons roughly. So this is the nutmeg and ground cinnamon. Okay, so cinnamon is half a teaspoon. So probably about that much. So don't really measure, it's just a guessing game. But my husband does like flavouring his food. So 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And stir it up through. My family love this dessert. Me eating hot or cold, I tend to have mine warm. I said I can tolerate a little bit of it, not a lot, but because there's no preservatives in it, I can stomach it. As I said, I can stomach very little of it, but I still eat some of it just to enjoy the reaping the benefits of a homemade item. Much like when you craft something. So that will sit for a little while. I'll get organised. For the pan it's going to go into. So I use baking paper. I'm not sure what you guys in the United States call this stuff, but it's just paper that's just on the bottom of the pan. Just that much. So I have to grease-proof this because it's already got a non-stick coating on it, so it's a basic size of a dinner plate. Yeah, just put baking paper on top. It doesn't have to cover it completely because the pastry itself will help grease it because it's already got butter in there. just going to cover it so it's going to be the extra protection. But, yeah, simple. So I'll let you guys know tonight how this pie ends up. It's going to be baked later on. I'm not doing it now. I've actually got to make my own soy milk up at the moment as well. I've just run out. But yeah, I'll take a photo of what we have and I'll show you guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, no craft this week. So I'm in the middle of making a project, but I pulled it apart. I'm OCD about it, sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy something a bit different this time. Let me know, as I said, let me know if there's any other recipes you think I can try that are old-fashioned. So, apple strudel, whatever you think, I can give it a go and see if my kids and family like it. Bye, guys.